You're listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now for your expanded local news. The Taylorville City Council met on Monday evening to discuss business, review ordinance, and to look at committee reports. Taylorville Mayor Bruce Berry honored Miranda Coy, who is in the American Cornhole League and is one of the top players in the entire world.
Tonight I have the pleasure of recognizing and honoring Miranda Coy. Local athlete and professional cornhole standout Miranda Coy continues to make waves on the national and international stage, bringing pride to Taylorville with a list of accomplishments that few in the sport can match. Now in her fourth season as a pro in the American Cornhole League, Miranda has quickly risen to become one of the top-ranked players in the world. She is a three-time national champion, a 2023 and 2024 Team USA qualifier, and most recently earned the prestigious title of 2024 World Cup champion, helping lead Team USA to victory on the international stage. Known for her focus, consistency, and elite-level skill, Miranda also holds the title of International Women's Single Champion, proving her dominance not just in team formats, but in head-to-head competition as well. In 2023, she claimed victory in one of ACL's premier events as the ACL Shootout Champion, reinforcing her reputation as a player who thrives under pressure.
This season, Coy is ranked as the number 2 in the world as a solo and as part of the number 1 tag team in the world. July 21st of 2025 is named as Miranda Coy Day. Christian County Fair Queens were also honored at the City Council meeting. Avery Nation, Jolie Cavatorta, and Lydia Repscher were all honored at last night's meeting. July 22nd was named as Christian County Fair Queen Day. Cavatorta was unable to attend. Friday, September 19th and September 20th have been approved for the Knights of Columbus for the annual Tootsie Roll Drive. Under committee reports, the council approved a motion for work on the Springfield Water Main project. The council approved a motion concerning a pay request for work on Springfield Road water main replacement. The council also approved work on well number 3, and an AC heating replacement was also approved. A motion recommending a BDD agreement for 210 North Cherokee Street and for 319 East Main Cross Street failed. A motion to approve a BDD redevelopment agreement concerning 123 East Main Cross Street was also approved. The motion concerning rule changes to golf carts was tabled. A stop sign at the motions of Eastwood Drive, Pinewood Drive, and Bristle Drive, along with a slow children at play sign, was approved. A motion concerning some work being done for 2 support posts for Furlove was approved, with some modifications concerning ownership at 123 East Market Street. A motion concerning holding the City Awards dinner at the VFW, however, failed 5-3. Mayor Bruce Berry gave an update on several Taylorville roads.
Road work continues throughout the city. Springfield Road is just about complete. Work continues on West Market and West Franklin around the Taylorville Food Center, and work will soon start up around St. Mary's School, Memorial School, with the safe routes to school. Hope everyone enjoyed their time at the Christian County Fair. Thank you very much.
The next City Council meeting is set for August 4th of 2025. Police are investigating a fatal incident at Lake Shelbyville. Authorities recovered the body of a missing boater near the Coal Shaft Bridge area after an extensive search. Just after 11:15 on Saturday morning, the Moultrie County Sheriff's Office was called to the scene after a report of an unoccupied boat. Multiple agencies responded, including the Moultrie and Shelby County dive teams, Sullivan Fire Department, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, as well as the Illinois Department of Conservation Police. The victim has been identified as Billy J. Briscoe of Hidalgo, Illinois. He was found by divers around 9:16 p.m. and was pronounced dead at the scene minutes later by Moultrie County Coroner Lynn Reed. An investigation into the drowning is currently ongoing, led by Conservation Police, the Moultrie County Sheriff's Office, and the Coroner's Office. The Shelby County 4-H Fair opened for another year of showmanship and celebration on Monday evening. Several vendors and booths were on display. while barns full of animals and projects are being shown over the next several days. The Shelby County 4-H Fair provides another exciting time for local youth to put their hard work to the test and be rewarded for their efforts. Tucker Hoyt, Shelby County 4-H member, discusses a project of his that highlights his creative writing skills. Hoyt has focused this year's theme on the value of time and using it more meaningfully moving forward.
So in my creative writing, I try to just in the short amount of words I have, try to make a difference. So I've talked about depression and addiction in my past writings. This year, I wanted to go a little bit different approach, and I actually wrote a story kind of about a person's last moments. And I really wanted to focus on, I actually took things from the book of Ecclesiastes from the Bible. And I just wanted to kind of show that there's more important things in life than we might think.
Serena Vogel talks about her pigs that are being shown. Now in her 10th or 11th year, Vogel has narrowed her sights on taking the very best care of her animals.
Yeah, so I actually show swine with my sister, and I have been showing in 4-H for 10 or 11 years or so now. I've been in Shelby County for 4 years now. We were originally in Moultrie Douglas and transferred over to Shelby County. We have two Yorks. We have a gilt and a barrow. So a barrow is a castrated male, and a gilt is a female who has not had piglets yet. We also have two crossbreds, which means they are two different breeds put together into one. And we have a barrow and a gilt of those.
Gage Sloan has had himself a very successful start to the Shelby County 4-H Fair, winning Grand or Reserve Champion in multiple categories. Sloan tells of his favorite animal to show among the ducks, beef cattle, and chickens that he has raised.
Raising these animals, you got to take the time and the effort to put into it to be able to get a good-looking cow. Like, you got to water them constantly, make sure they're cold and not hot, and you got to make sure you're feeding them the right amount so that they don't get too much feed and get it in the wrong spot. I like showing my beef cattle. It's mainly my favorite because all the time I put into it, and it's just fun.
For Maya Vogel, her message to other area kids interested in 4-H is simple. Come join and make as many friends as possible.
Just make lots of friends, and just you get to celebrate this week with all your friends and family, and then have cookouts and just get to celebrate what all the hard achievements you've done over this year.
Find out more about the Shelby County 4-H and Fair by visiting them at their Facebook page. Cruiser 98.3 WSVZ broadcast live from the opening day of the Shelby County 4-H Fair on Monday evening. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news. It's brought to you by First National Bank of Taylorville.
First Bank in Taylorville. I get it. Switching banks sounds like a chore, but we make it easy. I've helped people and businesses move their accounts with less hassle than they've expected and more personal service than they've ever gotten before. We've been here for nearly 70 years, a true community bank that's not going anywhere. If you're ready to make a change, we're ready to help. First National Bank in Taylorville, first every time for nearly 70 years. Member FDIC.
The Christian County Health Department is preparing for several events in the coming weeks. The aim is to promote their services and encourage healthy habits for all in the community. They also look to educate the public on recent regulatory changes and how it affects their work. The Health Department is set to host its second annual health fair on July 30th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. It will take place at their offices at 730 North Pawnee Street. Peyton Langen and Chad Anderson say fun activities and prizes will make the health fair a worthwhile experience.
We have 27 vendors, 2 food trucks. We'll have tacos and barbecue from Dizzy's Smokehouse. Lots of community resources, crafts and activities from the Taylorville Library. We have a raffle from the YMCA, a 3-month family pass. So that's something great. I'm really glad they did that for us. So just a lot of resources. We're really looking forward to it. Again, 27 vendors. So a lot of resources out there for everybody.
For us, I think we hope that when they come, they'll see a lot of the programs and things that we as a health department have to offer, but also see, kind of as a one-stop shop that Peyton was saying, there's not just one or two vendors, there's 27. So, there's all, if we don't have what you're looking for, hopefully there's at least, you can get something by being able to come to the event.
The health department was also part of the community day at the Christian County Fair. Representatives from the department discussed what they do and how Medical Reserve Corps works with them.
So we plan to provide information on just the things that we do at the health department, also blood pressure checks, because that happens to be senior day as well. And we'll be there from about 10 a.m. to about 6 p.m.
Dell, who's our emergency coordinator, said that he's been working with our local MRC, and some of the MRC community members will also be there to talk about what they do as a group, what kind of things that they also do, because they're like a subsection of the health department on just community volunteers. So I don't think a lot of people know that you can, be a volunteer and do these things. So they'll be talking about what they do as a group. And I think, they meet quarterly and they do trainings and activities. And so I think they'll be just, talking about, additional things that are a part of the health department, but are not the health department as well.
For parents with infants, the CCHD wants you to know about new regulations regarding infant formulas in the Women, Infants, and Children program. Chelsea Davis from the department says the USDA has reduced the kinds of formulas that health departments can provide under that program.
We sent out letters to the families that were affected this week, and then we'll call them next week to talk further so that we can refer them to someone who can get those formulas, even though we cannot anymore. We had a meeting and they told us about it, so I was prepared for this to happen.
Good.
Like I said, we sent out those letters. I have a list of direct medical equipment providers in the area that our participants can work with in order to get those formulas if they still require them.
Gotcha.
And we're giving them plenty of time because they can get those formulas until the end of August. But I'd like to talk to them and refer them to someone who can help them before.
Other policy changes are related to public health and involve water quality testing. The Illinois Department of Public Health says it will no longer test water sources for E. coli and certain other diseases. The move leaves local agencies like the CCHD to carry out the testing themselves or move it forward to a lab.
We've reached out to 2 labs. We have some quotes, and we've been looking at now. So we've got those quotes, and then we have to now work with like FedEx and what's the other one? UPS, to try to get quotes from them to be able to send it, because those have to be sent overnight. You can't just go to the post office and send it, because it's the time once you put it in the bottle and seal it, it's like a ticking time. You need to get it into the lab as quickly as possible. So I mean, what we used to be offer it was like $20, but because of the private lab, because of all this, I mean, that expense unfortunately is going to have to go up. I don't know how much yet because I don't have all the final quotes. But it's probably going to be in the 80 to 90 range, which is a huge amount.
More information on the Christian County Health Department is available at cchdil.org. Peyton Langen, Chad Anderson, and Chelsea Davis appeared as guests on the WTIM Morning Show. This summer is one full of change at Lakeland College. The school is preparing to hold classes at the Effingham Technology Center after acquiring the space in 2023. They also have plans to help students transition smoothly into studying there and getting involved. Jay Blyler is a student trustee at Lakeland College. He says not only does the move to classes in the newly bought facility give them more space and new technology, but it also helps expand their geographical reach.
By far, the most exciting addition is the Effingham Technology Center, which is a 100,000 square foot building located in Effingham, which was previously a giant office building. Lakeland purchased the building in 2023 to transform it into a state-of-the-art academic facility with modern labs and classrooms to expand the college's presence in Effingham, part of the outreach of the college. Lakeland has offered classes in Effingham for decades at a building called the Cluthe Center, but now the new Effingham Technology Center as well. There will be about 4 times the space to offer classes to new and existing students. After 2 years of renovations, the Effingham Technology Center will be opening for the fall semester, which is very exciting, and it will hold all the classes previously held in the Cluthe Center. So that includes nursing, physical therapist assistant, and massage therapy classes.
Those interested in visiting the Effingham Technology Center will have a great opportunity to do so later this month. They are holding a grand opening celebration on Wednesday, July 30th from 3 to 7 p.m.
which will allow guests to tour the new building and get a first look at the labs, classrooms, and programs that are offered there. And we'll also have a lot of technology and equipment there for hands-on activities and demonstrations. Some of those will include the John Deere farming simulator, the ambulance simulator, and our CDL truck, and more. There will also be more fun activities and local food trucks there to make it exciting celebration for everyone.
Lakeland College wants to be sure students are as prepared as possible for classes to begin. They are organizing a series of events known as Fast Tracks to Fall. One event has already happened, while the next is scheduled for August 6th at the Effingham Technology Center.
And they will serve as one-stop shops for new or returning students. People from admissions, counseling, and financial aid will be available to help students move through the onboarding process and register for classes. And we'll also have some fun things to look forward to as students start to return to campus. The week before classes begin, we're hosting a welcome week, which is a tradition on campus to help students ease into the year and kick off the semester with fun events, including games, giveaways, workshops, and a host of resources that are still available for students. And it's also a great way to meet with the staff and find your way around campus to learn more about the different resources that are available. Welcome Week will be on the week before classes on Wednesday, August 20th through Friday, August 22nd. Then it'll pick right back up where it left off when classes begin on Monday.
More information on Lakeland College is available at lakelandcollege.edu. Jay Blyler appeared as a guest on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources is confirming a black bear sighting in northwest Illinois. Chris Jock is the agency's large carnivore program manager and discusses said sighting. The sightings so far have been in Carroll and Joe Davies counties. Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
When it comes to organizing your life, Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville has some words of advice. Consider pre-planning your funeral. The death of a loved one can be a traumatic event in people's lives, and you can spare your family the burden of planning a funeral when they are grieving. Sutton Memorial Home knows that establishing a pre-arrangement assures that important decisions and your personal selection are made in advance and spares your family an additional burden at their time of loss. Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Caring is what they do best.
79-year-old Karen Ann Spurgeon of Kincaid died on July 15th. Visitation for her was held yesterday, with funeral service today, July 22nd, from 10 a.m. at Midland United Methodist Church in Kincaid. Burial will be at Bethany Cemetery in Edinburgh. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 84-year-old Donald R. Larcher of Jeiseyville died on July 17th. Visitation is July 23rd from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. at Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. Funeral service will be July 24th at 10:30 a.m. at Midland United Methodist Church in Kincaid. Interment will be at a later date in Rochester Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. And 78-year-old Joseph Henry Halbert of Dwight, Illinois, formerly of Kincaid, died on July 9th. Visitation is August 16th from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. at Reeves Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Cremation rights have been accorded, and funeral arrangements are being handled by Reeves, Fruland, and Baskerville Funeral Home in Gardner, Illinois. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.